Well, palms up. How's it going out there? How's it going out there? We made it. We made it. Run tell somebody. We made it. We made it. We celebrating a superstar tonight. That's right. That's right. Guys, welcome back for another week of the Palms Up Show. It's your girl. It's your girl, and you know who that is. That's Overseer Cole. That's right. That's right. And tonight we are welcoming a guest. And on the back half of the show, we're going to talk about addiction, guys. So I hope that you guys have tuned in and that you guys are going to give us our full hour because we're certainly going to need it. How's it going? How's it going this week? Palms up to you guys out there. I know the weather's changing. I know some of everything going on, and we're going to talk about it. But first and foremost, we're going to celebrate DMV's own. It says the International Film Festival calls her the top DMV actress. You know what it is when they call you the top, right, Overseer? Palms up out there. Palms up out there. It's your girl. It's your girl. Guys, please share the feed. Help us to grow. I am loving our wonderful supporters out there. My goodness, these numbers are just climbing. That means that we are reaching more, and this message is touching more souls. And that's all we intended to do, is to be a resource for one another. Palms up. Yeah, I know it gets rough out there. They tell me that they're pushing for DC to be named or to name a public health emergency for the opioid crisis. Did you know about it? If opioids isn't touching your life, thank God for it, because it's touching many lives across the district, and it's time that we learn that we can do something different, and there's no need to run away from it because we're afraid. We have to dig in, guys, and we have to be each other's resource. So that's why tonight's show is a feel-good show. Absolutely. We are so pleased to have in our studios Miss Lacey Lace. And if you didn't know, Miss Lacey Lace just won the 2023 Film Festival. So, you know, you got a lot of people out there that talk about it, right? But not many of them are being about it. And I mean, she got the receipts. You see that trophy sitting there next to her, that beautiful queen. Guys, I want you to know that it's important to follow your dreams. We're going to find out what it was that got her into acting. And, you know, if you're like me, I didn't think we were making it. I mean, we got a few, Dave Chappelle, Tommy Davidson. You know, it's been a few to come out, Earthquake. You know, shout out our fellas. But I just want you guys to know that Miss Lacey Lace has put in the work, and we're going to talk to her so that we can find out, in fact, how the journey's been. How did she start acting? As soon as I can get this echo off of me, I guess, we're going to really start the show. How about that? Guys, I want you to know that the Palms Up Show is very real about helping as many people as we can understand that there is a preventative understanding to mental health. You hear us talk about there being levels to it, meaning that you need to understand that not everybody that is diagnosed with mental health has to follow the same pattern of treatment, behavior for healing. But I want you to know that everybody deserves a higher standard of life, regardless of what your diagnoses are. And we've got to play a part in that. One of the main reasons we keep stomping on this platform is because we want you guys to know that government doesn't have all the answers. And when they fail you, then your lives are spiraling. And so how, you may ask, how in fact does this have to do with our mental health platform? Because this is about mental wellness, right? We talk about all of the 8 essentials of wellness. And guys, if you don't know, please go to the website, check the feed, and get the knowledge. Don't be left out. Mental wellness is about taking care of your whole self. And I want you to know that self-medicating for drugs is something that many families and individuals in the District of Columbia have resorted to. We want you guys to know that we know that there are often times when we're going through, we know that we don't always accomplish what we intend to accomplish. We know that in the DC area, we've been for years known as the crabs in a barrel, Come on now, somebody ought to be real. So tonight is very important because it's important that we lift up, exalt, and hold up one of our own. Look at those palms up. You see how your palms go up when you lift up and you exalt one of our own. Come on and get used to practicing that. We're going to stop being a city riddled with all this negativity. We all go through something. We know the enemy is busy. We know he's wicked, and we know we are in a spiritual warfare. So now what? Does that mean we stop celebrating? Does that mean we stop setting goals? Does that mean that we stop staring that enemy in the eye, in the face, and letting them know? Not today or tomorrow either, because I know who I am. Come on, somebody. I just want you guys to know out there that addiction is real. And as the headlines around us are letting us know that we are a city that's challenged, we are a DMV area that is challenged with these drugs, I want you guys to know that we should be rejoicing in the opportunity to be able to celebrate this queen tonight. Why? Because she's one of ours. And for far too long, we've been known as an area, a city, a nation's capital that doesn't take care of its own, that doesn't appreciate the accomplishments of its own. I'm taking my time to get to it. That's right. We're not in a rush because we want this queen to get her flowers now. We want to give each and every one of you guys a time to chime in. I want you guys to know that there is power. There's power in God and in love. And it's time that we start making different choices so our children can make different choices. We are an area that's riddled with bullets. Come on now. We are an area where we don't have enough mental health resources. So we got to start being more stronger for one another. And I'll keep saying it. If our communities are falling apart, it's because our women don't have what they need. Our women are not whole and supported. So tonight we take great pleasure in challenging those of you out there that are going through, challenging you to start today. It's never too late. If Miss Lacey Lace can come out there and bring that trophy back home, then you can set your goals. And everybody's goals are different. There's no better than. There's a competition and there's a contest. And when you're in the contest and the competition, they're going to recognize you for your greatness. They're going to recognize you for your excellence. Miss Lacey Lace is a perfect example of how we can celebrate one another and still understand that there's somebody going through. So of course we wanted to bring you this beautiful news tonight on our platform because we want you guys to know that mind over matter is so important. There are too many of you out there, that are self-medicating, that are dealing with households of alcoholism, that are dealing with households that has a lot of dysfunction, a lot of breakdown, and drugs, drug usage, drug selling, whatever is at the core of it. And I'm saying it's time to find the balance in your house. Woman out there. No man, no men, no children want to live in chaos or dysfunction. So woman out there, join us tonight as we celebrate one of our own and we take this good feeling back into our homes, into our communities, into our workplaces, to tell the enemy that he is a liar. No longer do we not think about our loved ones, our community members, our neighbors. No longer do we take each other for granted because everyone has stress. And there's somebody out there, somebody you know, somebody you see every day struggling. And they're struggling in silence. They're turning to drugs, whether it's prescription or otherwise. They're drinking. Maybe sex or gambling is your addiction. Anything in your life that you don't have full control over, that's taking control over you, would be the perfect example of addiction. So guys, thank you. I had to get heavy for a minute because we get ready to go light, but I want you guys to know that it's rough out there for so many, and I don't want anybody Anybody struggling with their mental wellness or mental health understands to think that because we come up for air to celebrate one of our own, that we would not be a platform to recognize the importance of knowing that the struggle goes on every day for so many. So palms up out there. It's your girl, and yeah, I want you to know that we're inviting our overseer to bring you a word this week. But yes, it's heavy. Yes, we get it. And welcome to the Palms Up Show. Overseer, will you bring us a good word before we welcome our beautiful guest, Miss Lacey Lace?
The word for this week is restart. And sometimes we have to hit that restart button because of life situations, things that we go through. And the scripture that comes to mind to me is Romans, and it's in the 2nd verse where it talks about the renewing of our mind. And sometimes in life, we go through so much that we allow that stinking thinking to come in our mind. And that's when the suicide numbers go up. That's when the drug addiction, where we start self-medicating, whether it's medication. Some people do it through sex, just trying to numb that feeling for a while. But I'm here to tell you, we got to renew our minds. And I'm even speaking to myself, because I get into that little moment when life, no matter what level you are in life, we all go through some things. And we need to talk about it. Women, we definitely really need to talk about it. We need to stop gossiping and being so wicked and learn to lean on each other. And for y'all leaders in the church, let's stop being so judgmental against people, because you really don't know what a person is going through. Sometimes we need to shut our mouths and just listen. You don't have to always have the answers for the person, but I have found out life experience, just allowing a person to just talk and just get it out. Sometimes give them that hope that they need to just push a little further. So the word for this week is restart. And I want you to look at that scripture, Romans 12, the 2nd chapter. Yes, it talks about spiritual renewing of the mind, but you can also apply it to physically renewing your mind and getting around people that are speaking positive. When you're going through, you don't need negative speaking. You don't need somebody going, I'm dealing with this too. No, you need somebody that's going to be like, you can make it. Come on, stop. Let's get your big girl drawers on and come on, let's pull through this. Let's pull through this. Women, let's get our big drawers on and let's start to be there for each other instead of tearing each other down. Again, we're going to push that restart button because it's a new day coming. Palms up.
Palms up, and that's a word, Well, Miss Lacey Lace and all our beautiful folks on the Zoom with us tonight, thank you so very much for your patience. So, Miss DMV 2023 top DMV actress for the International Film Festival, will you talk to us and help us understand your emotion? I hope you're still feeling like you're in that moment. We wanted you to feel special today. We wanted to celebrate you. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I am still excited, and I'm much excited for you ladies to invite me on your platform. I'm really excited. I was very surprised, and I put in a lot of hard work to get this trophy. God knows the timing for each of us. The timing I felt was good timing. I've always rooted for others to get their rewards received in a good manner, a happy manner for everyone. And I was hoping one day that I would get it, but it was God's timing, and I'm so appreciative.
I'm so appreciative. Will you help us understand what goes into being nominated for DMV's top actress, and did you know you were in the running?
Yeah, but sometimes you don't believe it. I mean, it's hard to believe this is my first one, so it was hard to even to put it in my mind to accept it. I work with at least 3 or 4 directors within the DMV, and my work, they've always been pleased with it, and they always call me back to be on set to act. And they spoke good words. Directors, they mingle with each other. They talk, about the actors and actresses that's on set with them, and no one ever had a problem with me, with my lines, or being on time, or just being a good steward. Some actors and actresses, they feel that things should be given to them because you know them. It's really different. You don't expect, you just go and do your best. You do the best. If this is your craft, you do your best. It's not about knowing someone. And in this business, you will get some no's. A lot of people always say to me, you're always working, you're this, you're that, but they don't know. If you see me working, there's a lot of no's. So you really, go ahead.
No, I was just laughing.
Yeah, so you really have to be strong-minded and keep it going. You may not fit the role that the director is looking for, but it's nothing to feel bad about. There's a lot of no's. There's yes and no's. It's just the beat of how things in the acting entertainment arena is. You just keep it going. You keep moving. When you're not acting, when I'm not acting, I'm in workshops, so I'm brushing up on my skills, monologues, and things of that nature to keep me fresh in the business.
And that practice makes perfect, they say. But tell me this much. How long have you been acting, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no, that's fine. That's a good question. I started out in 2017. 2018, I started getting some acting projects. I first started off, a lot of my film work was in, student for films in New York, because I have family in New York. So that was an easy way for me to see my family, plus do a lot of the student films. Student films I didn't get paid for. That was going to be my craft one day, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. So I didn't mind not getting paid. They did give you a meal, a free meal on set, or things like that. But I did that for about 8 months, working on student films, and from there I started with the acting workshops, things of that nature, and then practicing my monologues, going out on auditions. So I would say probably actively working consistently, it's been since 2019.
Wow, that seems so quick. It just seems like that being an actor or actress is one of those jobs where, you got to keep your day gig, because, that's one of those hustles that kind of takes a while to pay off. What do you attribute to your ability to come in and hit the ground running and find projects, and now you got an award? My goodness.
Well, just let me back up a little bit. I did have my day gig.
Thumbs up to you, sis.
Yeah, I kept that, because all the time you don't get work. You still have to pay your bills and, buy your bread and cheese and all that kind of stuff. So I kept my day job.
So 2017, and then you say really 2019. What was your first paying movie? Can you remember? And is it something we would know?
My first paying movie, would you believe, in 2019, I was on Greenleaf, and I went to Atlanta, and I did some things with Greenleaf. That was my very first paying job. Yes.
Wow, Greenleaf, that is awesome. Palms up to you. Okay, I gotta break it down. We gotta back up for a minute, because and that's why it's good to talk to people, palms up, because you think you know people, or you think you know the story, and you really don't, and they may be having they might have the information, that might be your blessing, that might help you turn the corner. So tonight we're gonna do a good thing for all my beauties in the city and the DMV area, and those that are watching us in our social media audience that have wanted to try acting but didn't think they would, and didn't think that it would work, that it would work out. Talk to us about how you got started, literally. Like, did you have is it a process? You're here in DC. I hear often, let me back up for a minute. In DC, for example, in music, you hear a lot that is so hard to make it because of where we are. So with you, how did you tackle that? And how would you recommend someone else go into it?
Well, first of all, back in 17 and 18, there wasn't a lot, as far as I knew, it wasn't a lot of acting projects or filming like it is now. It's filming everywhere now in Washington, in the DMV, everywhere. So I traveled back and forth from New York. Like I said, my family was there, so it was much easy for me to do. And then going to Atlanta, I would just apply and just go. If I wanted to work, I didn't find any work right away in the DMV. So I was willing to travel. Philadelphia, I've been to Philadelphia and worked on like the doctor's apps when patients come into the hospital or the doctor's room. My TV will be up and I will be talking about heart or heart congestion, smoking, and things of that nature. Just different things I would apply for, and I wouldn't miss out. I would make sure I was there to film. Yeah.
Awesome. That is so awesome. And your commitment has paid off. So again, to my folks out there listening, so when you decided in 2017, I'm going to go and this is something I wanted to always do. What are your first steps coming in? Like, is there some association that you're affiliated with? Do you automatically take acting classes? Did you have them? Could you break it down for us?
Okay, so I'm just going to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
My dream didn't start in 2017. My dream to start acting, it has always been as far as being 8, 9, 10 years old.
Awesome.
Always. But back then, way back then, my parents didn't know how to get me started into that. It wasn't a lot of us doing that.
That's right.
In the industry. So it was always a dream. It was always a dream. And I said, one day when I get big, and all of us have said that one day when I get big, I'm going to fulfill my dream. And that's what I did. So getting back to how I get started, the initial steps. My initial steps was I started off looking for free workshops. So a lot of the free workshops was in New York. I didn't know of any workshops here. There was a lot of workshops. They offer a lot for their citizens there. They really do. So for about a year and a half, I was traveling back and forth to New York, going to different workshops.
Wow.
And then 2020, I joined in with it's called Winner's Circle with Wendy Lane, and she's the program walks you through step by step on what you need as far as in your portfolio. For an example, you may need 6 pictures with 6 different facials, smiles, frowns, looking mean. Maybe you want to look like a cowboy. Yeah, for different jobs that you may want to apply for.
Right.
Projects. But yeah, so I went from there. I signed up with Casting Networks. I also did that. I also had an agent. My agent was in actually a lot. I didn't know about DMV, even though I lived in DMV. My agent was in Newport News. My son would take me run I think it was like 4 hours every weekend. We would have workshops, and I would drive. My son would drive me to Newport News, and I had an agent, 2 agents that were there. That groomed me for a lot of what I've learned today.
Wow, that is awesome. And thank you for being so transparent, because I just have to believe that there's a queen out there, there's a young one, a soldier, someone who gave up on their dreams maybe because they didn't realize they were going to achieve them because they're at this point in their living. And obviously, you've lived a couple of years. And so obviously to still go out after your dreams is so amazing. How does it feel, Queen? How does it feel?
Well, it feels good. And I love people. I love to entertain. I like to make people laugh. And as I said at the award ceremony, I also like to make people cry too sometimes because it's good for the soul. You know,
That's
I can cry
right.
and I feel good afterwards. So I just love everything about it. I truly do.
Awesome. Did you learn your acting through your workshops, or did you take any formal acting classes? And if so, how did that, is that expensive?
My agents set up all of my acting classes, and that's when I would go away on the weekends. We would study things like emotions, scene study. You have to understand what you're reading, your script, so you have a lot of scene study scenarios. So I learned a lot from them as far as everything that I needed to, most of the majority of what I needed to just start off to create a good film for the producer.
Yeah. That is just awesome. Again, palms up to you. It is so wonderful to see one of ours make it. It is just so awesome. And I just want you to know the pride that we feel, just to know that you're one of ours and that you won. It's always wonderful to win, but it's most importantly that you're in the game and that you're out there representing. And that's so beautiful. Greenleaf, what type of role did you play in Greenleaf?
Well, actually, I had a featured role. You have an extra, then you have a featured extra, which they showcase you and give you like a line or two.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was inside the church. If you ever watched most people did see Greenleaf.
Greenleaf was pretty popular when it was coming in. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I was like part of the board members. They used to have the board members go in and out and busy. So it was like something minor, but I did have a line with as a board member. Yeah.
Awesome. So now fast forward, I think I saw that there's a Christmas movie going to come out with you. Is that accurate?
Oh, yes. And it's going to be dynamite. It's called The Christmas Room. And it's about a family who discovers that their grandfather, husband, they're suffering with dementia. So a lot of people think that because a person forgets, that it's just part of aging. No, it's not always just a part of aging. So you have to know and watch the signs to see whether your loved one have it, because early detection is good because they do have medicine that slows the progression of the, I think I'm pronouncing it right, dementia.
You're right, dementia. Absolutely. Yeah. And we are learning more through research and I think that folks are learning and seeing that it's not just a senior drug, a reality of condition anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the movie's going to come out for Christmas. They're going to have a very fabulous red carpet event for those who want to come out to celebrate and meet the cast.
Awesome. And will it be shooting in DC or New York, or where will that be shooting?
No, it's going to be right here in the DMV. It's going to be right here.
How cool is that you get to work right here at home? Have you shot a lot of movies here in the DMV area?
Yes, I have. Have.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, palms up to you. I want to turn the platform over to Overseer and see if she's got any questions that she'd like to present you before we open up and get our folks that are on the Zoom that may want to say a couple of words to you. But Queen, I just wanted to thank you for taking and making the time. I thank you for continuing to go after your goals and your dreams. I just thank you for being a beautiful, humble soul, because in our area, we get such a bad rap. And it's so wonderful to lift you up, exalt you, and put these palms up and say, great job, Queen, great job.
Thank you.
Overseer, did you have any questions?
No, I met Lacey. We were on a set together a while back, and we had a very deep conversation, and that's how I got to know Lacey. And we've had some other conversations, sidebarring and all, and just to see our own homegrown, I call it, to achieve such a great thing. We're becoming now the new ATL in the DMV.
That's right.
And there's other things that Lacey do that she hasn't talked about. And I would like you to expound on some of the community work you did. And I think it's very important.
Okay. And just to back up a little bit, the two of you ladies was in the movie. We did a movie together, The Queens. The Queens.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, and that's going to be coming out sometime this year. I'm so excited about that.
I'm glad you brought that up. We reached out to Miss Delencia, and I'm looking forward to getting her scheduled to come out and talk about it in a mighty way. Palms up. And yes, absolutely. We've got to keep holding one another up. So you are doing community work?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm having fun with the community work. Working at 425 D Street, feeding the homeless.
Our shelter of our dear homeless brothers and sisters.
Yes, and I enjoy them. Good, humble people. They're so appreciative of everything that the royal family is doing for them. I mean, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
It is wonderful work. Yes, yes, yes. We appreciate that. And we appreciate you all. One of the things that we've got to do in our town is to be able to take every life all the way. And it's so wonderful that you guys stand in the gap and hold on to them in the meantime. So we're looking forward to be able to raising our voices. Part of the reason that we have been pushing so hard on the platform to bring everybody together, to bring the messaging out, because our women are missing. Our city is struggling. It's all around us, right? And what we've got to do is be able to figure out where everybody is. How do we meet you where you are? And the first thing is to be committed and dedicated to following every life to a higher standard of living, so that we can begin to change the tide and we can have more folks to celebrate like you. Thank you so much. I understand we got some folks on the phone, so I'm going to ask them to unmute and see if we can get some more celebrations going. I think one of your colleagues, Joanne, is on the line. Can you hear me?
Joanne?
Yes.
I would come on speaker, come on screen so we could make sure.
Yes. Y'all got one of the top DMV actors who happens to be my friend. Yes, indeed. We've learned so much from each other. When I say a beautiful person inside and out, it is a joy to spend time with her. So yes, congratulations, sis. It's your time.
Thank you, Joe Fire.
Hey, thank you for that good word, Joanne. Thanks so much for starting your camera. I just wanted to take the time out and to just truly celebrate the Queen. Talk to us about you all's experience. Do you have any memories on set that she might remember, that might make her chuckle?
Well, luckily, we have been fortunate enough. She talked about wanting to do more of stage plays. So we were blessed enough to be able to have that opportunity coming up. So stay tuned.
Yes.
Awesome.
Stay tuned. God is a fun.
You brought that up, Joanne, because you know how they always say the GOAT. So I figured y'all got to start working on y'all little acronym, and the Grammy, the Oscar, you know what I'm saying? Since we got so much talent here at home.
DMV Hollywood, baby. Yes, indeed.
Palms up. You ladies keep blazing the trail. I was just listening to somebody. There's some new faction in town that's the power place to be. They out of Atlanta and got other locations and they networking now. So I imagine we're going to all be seeing one another, because if they there, we're going to be there too, right? Ain't nothing going on in our town without us women. Palms up.
Get your dress ready, y'all. Get your dress, get your outfits ready, because we coming.
Yes. That's right. It's the DMV. Palms up, and a homegirl is being celebrated because the International Film Festival said that she's the top actress in the DMV. You heard her, Miss Lacey Lace, talk about she ain't never given up on her dream. Said it started a long time ago. But
that's
in
right.
2017, she made it happen. And whether it took her traveling to New York or Newport News, she was out there on her grind, on her hustle. Guys, there is so much more you could be spending your time on. You could be going after your dreams. It's never too late. Palms up. I was excited to hear that Miss Lace won, but then or was an honoree. But then to find out that that she didn't start to 2017. My God, that just put a whole nother layer on it. Guys, it is never too late, and you can always do something different. Hey, Miss Lace, you know, because they always say we paint a pretty picture. Can you talk to us about some of your trials and tribulations or times that you might have thought about giving up, if there were times where you thought about giving up, or was it all easy?
It wasn't all easy. It wasn't all bad. Some thoughts that some people or many people put in my brains. Why do I want to do it? Why did I wait so late? That they don't have a lot of roles for women 50 plus. Because back in the day, Hollywood, if you were 40, they don't need a woman on set at 40. Not back then. That was too old for them.
Absolutely.
But my hope, because of the time frame that I started, times have changed. So I didn't lock that up in my brain that much, because times, it changed. So and I know with my age, it can be limited, but then a lot of times it's many roles that I can play, even with my age. Even with my age, I can, and I like to joke. So even with my age, I can play a cougar, or I can play a grandmother. I can play a mother. You know, I can play a lot of different roles, you know?
Yes, you can.
So I always kept that in my mind.
Yes, and palms up to you.
So I would be honest to say that was at first kind of discouraging, but no, there's a lot of roles out here for everyone at any age, everyone. So always remember that it's never ever too late. It's not.
That's right. And you know what else? Is never too late to try something new, even if it wasn't a dream that you had all these years, even if you just deciding you're trying to see if it's something you're going to be good at. I just appreciate you taking the bull by the horn and going out there after yours. And thumbs up again. Miss Arlene Jones, you're on the line. Did you want to say anything or share any wonderful words of support for this dear DMV representative on this platform?
I just wanted to jump on because, you know, my Tuesdays are not complete until I get on here and see what's going on.
That's right.
So I just wanted to say to this beautiful queen, I congratulate you, I applaud you, and we're going to do anything we can in our community to lift you up. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. And I imagine we'd be celebrating this next queen, Miss Joanne. We'll be celebrating you because you're a hardworking sister. And I understand you recently got a role yourself that you were really excited about. I don't be on Facebook all the time, but I be paying attention. I be checking on my queens.
Yeah, we working. They try to count us older women out, but we don't stop.
Yeah, I failed to mention that Joanna and we are in a play. It's going to be August the 5th at the Bowie Performance Arts. And then the name of the play is The Emergency Room. And it's about eating, to eat healthy. I don't want to give too much, and it may sound like it's kind of boring, but no, this movie is going to take over for the year of 2023. The play is magnificent. Joanna and we have lead roles in it, and it's going to be magnificent about eating like things like plant foods. Don't eat the foods that eat your cartilage away. Right. You want to maintain a healthy heart. It's superfoods, but we're going to be talking about a lot of this. But the writer, producer, his name is Antonio Ford, and he put this awesome play together.
Is he from a local?
Yes, he's in Maryland, and he's dynamite. This is a different type of play.
I went to school with an Antonio Ford, but it could be a regular name. But I went to school with an Antonio Ford, and he was pretty sharp as well. So that's interesting. So the emergency room, and it's going to be in Bowie at the where?
The Bowie Performance Arts Center.
Okay.
Where they have the stage, where they have the plays. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and will folks have to buy tickets to see you at the Bowie Performing Arts Center, or is it a community setting? Can you help them understand?
Yeah, you have to purchase tickets. They're gonna have 2 shows, a show at 2 o'clock and a show at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure how much the tickets are right now, but I don't think they're gonna be probably not, well, I don't want to say, but I don't think it's gonna be like not affordable, you know?
Okay, yeah. I want you to know, I heard you say something. Nothing that you 2 queens are going to be playing is going to be boring. Believe that. We hope to put you on the map. We coming to see if you're going to be a cougar. We coming to see how you play your granny Annie. We coming to see y'all on that stage representing. I just want you to know that you ladies do us proud, because they're talking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure in your circles they're talking about, but they ain't talking about this in my circles. So I want to make sure they understand we got some DMV queens out here doing the darn thing. So this is the kind of stuff we want to bring before our community. This is the type of uplifting that we have to do for our children, for them to understand that we've got greatness and excellence among us. We don't have to go looking on this crazy social media, looking outside, talking about, I wish I was from DC or DMV like my queen, doing the thing. Palms up to you guys. Before we get out of here, do you guys have anybody that you want to send special word to? I guess there's a lot of people involved, as you mentioned, your agents in Newport News with you guys winning awards. I imagine there are directors. I guess there are other colleagues. I just want to give you time to get it all out there and leave it on the table.
Well, I just want to shout out to everyone who have played a part in helping me with my acting journey. I want to thank even friends and family. It's so many people, I don't want to call everybody's name and miss somebody's name, but they all know who they are that play a part in supporting me. Big shout out to my 2 sons, my biggest supporter. I mean, anywhere, if I can't drive, they'll take me. And I get lost using the Google Maps. I have to call if I drive myself, they always have to come find me. And I have to follow them where I'm supposed to go. But I want to just shout out to everyone. I want to shout out to you 2 for having me on the platform and just recognizing me, and just, I mean, it means a lot. It really means a lot. Anything that I can ever do to help you all, just please don't hesitate. Just let me know. And anybody out there that needs any type of information, I'm always willing to give information. Maybe not so people give it to me. I always have to crawl to find out mine, but I'm not like that. I would give out information.
Well, you know what? We're going to try to break these trends that have people holding on to all this good information, knowing that they're the resource that our community needs. So we figure if we come out and lead by example and be consistent, show up and meet them where they are, that we will start to come together and our talents will start to just overflow. They win when they keep us divided. And that's why it was so important to bring such a beautiful, positive message out. Before we get out of here, what's your favorite role to play? Is there one?
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, horror. I love horror movies, and I was in 2 horrors, and I played a vampire. I was a vampire mom, and then I was just a vampire in another movie, but I don't know what the name of. I wish I'll put it on my Facebook. Halloween time, I normally put it on. It's on YouTube, but I normally play it around Halloween time. But I love thrillers. I love thriller films, and I love horror. But my favorite role, I would say horror, a thriller.
Horror? Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. I am just so impressed. We are, if you see me moving around in the background, we are preparing to give you a toast. It's non-alcoholic, and it's the least we can do to support you. So Charles should be coming back with yours in a minute. And this is a carryover from the month of March where we celebrated our women. And we were just trying to help folks get in the mindset of mind over matter. You don't always have to have something alcoholic or something that's going to make you alter your state. We can be what they call sober and just be our regular selves, and out here high on life and high on celebration and high on wonderful achievements and accomplishments. Before we get out of here, will you tell folks how to reach you on your social media or whatever contact information you'd like out there? Because maybe there's someone that wants to look up to you and now you've become a mentor without even knowing it.
Okay, I can be reached on Facebook. My name is Lacey Lace Actress. And on Instagram, my name on Instagram is Watch What You See. Now, I didn't make that name up. My son made that one up because all the young people had Instagram, and they would ask me, do you have Instagram, Miss Lacey? And I said, no. So one day I went home and I asked my son, I said, I need to get an Instagram account. Can you, set it up for me? And he said, what you want your name to be? And I'm like, I don't know. He said, okay, I'll make one up. And he made it up, Watch What You See. So it's spelled, so it's like WATCH _ then WAT, what _ you, like the small u, and then it's kind of confusing. Watch _ what _ you _ C, like the letter C. It's kind
of, so letter C is the only variation, but everything else is spelled the way it should?
Except for what?
Okay. What is WAT?
Yeah, but if on my Facebook page, if anyone comes to my Facebook page, they will see that my Instagram it's listed as far as my Instagram.
Okay. And then Lacey for spelling LACEY?
Yes.
All right. Well, Queen, we want you to know that you are such a breath of fresh air, coming in here right on time with the spring weather changing. It is such an honor to celebrate you. So we want you to hold that glass up with pride, and we want you to know that we thank you for being such an awesome queen. You keep doing what you're doing and being great, and know that we're out here watching you, supporting you, with you. We love you. Palms up to you, Queen. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers. And without any further ado, I hope you ladies out there have created your special moments in your lives, because you should be celebrated every day. This should just become the norm, right? I want you guys to know that we got some beautiful queens on the line. Miss Joanne, Miss Arlene. I want you to know that they are powerhouses in their own respect. It's going to take all of us, guys. Greatness is amongst us. We can do this if we come together. Palms up to you out there if you're on your grind and you know the importance of being a strong woman in this DMV area, because that's what it's going to take. The guns are going off. Our folks are self-medicating. Our folks are discouraged. And just as you heard our guest tonight, Miss Lacey Lace, the 2023 International Film Festival top DMV actress. Don't talk about it out there. It's time to be about it out there. She got the receipts. You know what I'm saying? Go past her page and show her some love. Stop this crabs in the barrel. Let's break the stereotype. They say in our area that we don't know how to do this. Yeah. Well, in our area, they don't know who we are. So we coming on down that lane, and we are celebrating Miss Lacey Lace tonight. If you yourself are a beautiful queen out there and you are feeling discouraged, just remember Miss Lacey Lace's message. She didn't give up. Even when they told her that she was older and they're probably not going to be that many roles. You heard this before, guys. You know how it is when you go out there and they try to discourage you or knock you down, or they tell you don't worry about it because that's just how we are here. That's just how we do things. Where you knock that wall down and tell them you're not settling for it. Palms up, and remember Miss Lacey Lace for the rest of the evening, and tell somebody you know that DMV, the top actress, is Miss Lacey Lace, and the International Film Festival understands, and it's in the book. Congratulations to our queen, and palms up to you out there. I'm going to read something to you guys. I want you to know we're going to get this full message for addiction going, because we cannot ignore what's right at our doorstep. We wanted you to see tonight that even in the face of addiction, even in the face of folks feeling that they're discouraged, encouraged that there's always something that we can do to uplift one another. I want you to find some private time for yourself out there. When it gets to be too much, just sit down, breathe. Breathe and remember that nothing in your household or your community will work without you, my woman out there. And my dear soldiers, we are a unit, so we can't do anything, and we don't want to do this without you. So God bless you to all of you all. Our kids need us all. Guys, I want you to know that you got to create the peace that you need, no matter what. You got to show up for yourself. You got to put that mind over matter. Celebrate yourself. You don't need substances out there to feel high. You can get high on life, guys. You can get high on life. Create that balance. Start figuring it out. Get high on your life, one step at a time. How do we eat an elephant out there? If the elephant showed up and you're starving and that mouth of yours doesn't open wide enough to get that nourishment in, how will you eat it? One bite at a time. And I want you to take this life one step at a time. It can be overwhelming. It can feel as big as an elephant. But all you ever got to remember, you can't do anything but one step at a time. And your glory is waiting for you, like Miss Lacey Lace comes up. Hey, Overseer Coach, before we get out of here, do you have any words that you want to say to our folks?
Just stay encouraged. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself. And I'm asking you again, I challenged you last month. Are you taking at least 1 hour of the day to just do you? It's so important for your mental health, for your physical health, and for your spiritual health. Push that restart button.
Hey guys, I tell you, another weekend just like that. Looks like we actually gonna get out of here on time. Palms up, start new things when you bring superstars on the platform. Miss Lacey Lace and Miss Joanne and Arlene and all our wonderful folks out there, we thank you all. We love you all. We want you to keep striving and keep doing what you're doing. We want you to know that we support you, and the Palms Up platform is here to help celebrate all of your wonders. And when you need that friend, we're here to help you get through, because we're going to do this together. We've got a community and some children to save, and it starts with all of us. I want you guys to know that addiction is real out there. Keep paying attention. Keep listening to the platform. We're not going to steer you wrong, but it's going to take all of us. I want you to know there's a new zombie drug. I don't know how new it is. It's new to me. They say it causes skin rotting. Skin rotting. Are you ready for this? All right, women, let's go. Mount up. We got to go. Miss Lacey Lace and Your Excellence, we are forever humbled by your graciousness. Congratulations, Queen, and palms up to you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there. It's another week of the Palms Up Show. We're going to talk about addiction next week. Before I close out, I got to send out a very special, very heartwarming, get well soon to our soldier out there, Mr. Andre Gray, God Be Men programs. We got you in prayer. We holding you down. Palms up to you, soldier. Love you. God's in control, so rest. All right, guys. Just like that, another week. Take care of one another. www.healthydcandme.org is the website if you need to reach us. Until then, we're going to keep it pushing because we got some souls to go help save. All right. It's your girl. And you got anything you got to say anymore now?
Love you.
All right. Palms up.